Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Uh, Today we are going to discuss a Deloitte interview question which asks in the 2025. These questions are the latest interview question for the Deloitte. So we will see Deloitte interview question for the role of automation tester, and these questions are beneficial for 2 to 8 or 9 year of experience. So let's begin. The first question was, tell me about yourself. So guys, I have create a separate video for this question, and if you didn't see, so you can check my video section. The next question is, interview asks to open any e-commerce website and find the expert of search bar. So guys, for this question you have to practice for the XPath. Means you can practice on any e-commerce website like Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho. So take a one e-commerce website and practice on it for the XPath. The next question is, what are the locators that you will use in the project? So guys, all you know what is the locator. So locator is a way to find a web element on a page like button, text box and link. Means लोकेटर से क्या करते हैं, हम कौन से भी एलिमेंट को, एनी एलिमेंट को हम लोकेट कर सकते हैं लाइक बटन, टेक्स्ट बॉक्स और लिंक. सो देयर आर द टाइप्स ऑफ लोकेटर. मीन्स देयर आर 8 टाइप्स ऑफ लोकेटर इन द सेलेनियम लाइक आईडी, नेम, क्लास नेम, tag name, link text, partial link text, CSS selector and XPath. So always use, means next question is from that which locator I use in my project. Means interviewer can ask which locator you use in your project. So we have to answer like that. In my real time Selenium framework, I mostly use these 4 locator like ID, name, CSS selector and XPath. So I use ID, means I give the first priority to the ID if it's available because ID is unique. Then I will prefer second priority to the name. Means if ID is missing but name is available, that time I will use name locator. Then there is a CSS selector. Means performance wise it is for performance, and when ID name are missing I will use CSS selector because performance wise CSS selector is good to locate the element. And finally there is a XPath. Means for dynamic or deeply nested element I will use XPath. Then also sometime I use link text or partial link text for verifying links in header or footer. Means if there is a link text or partial link text present on the web page, that time we will use link text or partial link text to locate the this link or to verify that particular links in the header or footer. So this is the example of the locator. Means this is a page source example. This is a page source example, like input type is a text, ID is username, name is user. So we have to locate this page source element by using this method like find elements. Means I will here I will write ID लोकेटर, नेम लोकेटर, क्लास नेम लोकेटर. सो गाइज आप देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से बाय यूजिंग लोकेटर हमने एलिमेंट को लोकेट किया है. आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं. Now the next question is how to explain this question in an interview. So without star method, all you know what is star method. Star method means we explain the answer in a star format as for situation, task, actions and a result. So first I will tell you without star method. Like I prefer to use ID as the first choice since it's unique and fastest. If ID is not present, I go with a name, and if that is missing too, I use a CSS selector XPath based on the structure. For example, in our login module, the username field had an ID, so I use by.id to locate this button. But the login button had only class name with no ID, so I use XPath with for a login button. Now the question is how to explain this question with a star method. So guys, अगर इंटरव्यूअर ने पूछा आपने ये लोकेटर अपने प्रोजेक्ट में कैसे यूज़ किया है, तो आप विद अ स्टार मेथड से ये क्वेश्चन एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं. अगर नॉर्मली आपको पूछा कि विच लोकेटर यू विल प्रीफर टू लोकेट द एलिमेंट, देन दैट टाइम यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन लाइक दैट. सो बट आई विल प्रीफर टू एक्सप्लेन द विद अ स्टार मेथड बिकॉज आप इस क्वेश्चन आंसर से पता चलता है कि आपको कितना एक्सपीरियंस है. Like that. So star method means S for situation, T for task, A for action and R for result. So I was automating a login form where many elements had no ID or name. So that time I will find a reliable way to locate the element and make the test stable. And for that, as a action, I expected the HTML and found CSS class pattern and text content. That is, I use XPath and CSS selector with attribute and text to locate the particular element. As a result, we get means the locator work across multiple environment like development environment, QA environment, and production environment, and reduce the test failure due to UI changes. In this way, you have to explain this question with a star, without star. It's all depend on you. Some follow-up question regarding this question, like what is the difference between XPath and CSS selector. So guys, this is the most important question, that is difference between the XPath and CSS selector. Which was in faster in the XPath or CSS? How do you handle dynamic element, and what are the type of XPath? Which locator do you avoid? So guys, ये all question आपके लिए है. अगर आपको इसका आंसर पता है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट कर सकते हैं. एंड अगर आपको इसका आंसर पता नहीं है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में कमेंट करो. I will explain this question in the next video. And some bonus tip for you, like avoid class name if it is shared by the many elements, use custom XPath CSS selector for dynamic element, and always use find elements when we are expecting multiple matches. So in this way we have to explain this question, and our question was what are the locator you will use in your project. Guys, I will cover all this question in all ways, like means इंटरव्यूअर कैसे क्वेश्चन पूछ सकते हैं, जैसे टाइप्स ऑफ लोकेटर, विच लोकेटर यू विल प्रीफर इन अवर प्रोजेक्ट. ये पेज सोर्स का एग्जांपल है, और ये पेज सोर्स को विद द हेल्प ऑफ एलिमेंट्स हम कैसे लोकेट कर सकते हैं, ये भी मैंने यहाँ पे आपको बताया है. देन हाउ टू एक्सप्लेन इन इंटरव्यू विदाउट स्टार मेथड और विद स्टार मेथड. अगर नॉर्मली ये क्वेश्चन पूछा तो आपको विदाउट स्टार मेथड से जाना है. अगर इंटरव्यू ने पूछा कि आपने ये क्वेश्चन मीन्स लोकेटर आपने अपने प्रोजेक्ट में कैसे यूज़ किया है, तो डेट टाइम वी हैव टू यूज़ द स्टार मेथड आंसर. ऐसे सम और मैंने ये फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन भी आपको एक्सप्लेन किया है, और ये बोनस टिप आपको एक इंटरव्यू के लिए एक टिप है. सो गाइज, इन दिस वे यू हैव टू एक्सप्लेन दिस क्वेश्चन in very detail. Guys, I have created one notes which contain 5000 plus interview question, and these 5000 questions I have collect from the various platform like LinkedIn channel, LinkedIn group, WhatsApp group, Telegram channel, and other testing platform, and I have tried to each all 5000 questions answer in this way, like follow-up question, star method, without star method, and I have also include its syntax and real-time example. And if you want these notes, I am giving its link in the comment box description and the comment description box. And also if you have any queries regarding these notes, I am giving my email ID in the description box, so you can contact me on this email. And I have also, and these notes contain like 1000 plus Selenium question, manual testing interview question, Java interview question, API testing interview question, REST assured project related, SQL interview question, Jira interview question, BDD Cucumber interview question. Also I have included manual testing project with complete documents. So guys, take these notes. I am giving its link in the comment on the description box. So moving to the next question, and the next question was, have you ever used CSS selector? So we will see its answer. So the question is, have you ever used CSS selector? So yes, short answer like yes, I have used CSS selector in the Selenium automation framework, especially when ID or name attribute were not available, or when we need to handle dynamic element. Means when there is ID or name attribute is not available, or when we have to deal with dynamic element, that time we use the CSS selector. So this is a real-time example from project. As you can see, like input type text, name is equal to username, class is equal to input field, and place name is a enter username. So in this there is no ID or name, and only clue is the class name and the placeholder. Actually there is a name is present, so there is no ID. So how we locate this page source with the help of CSS selector? For that we have to use driver.find elements by.css selector. Yes, CSS selector is a locator, that's why I write by.css selector. and input placeholder is equal to enter username. Or we can locate by using class like by dot selector input dot input is equal to field. Now this one question is formed for that, where I use CSS selector in our framework. So in my page object model framework, I use CSS selector in a place where elements didn't have stable ID. Then sometime I need a faster execution than XPath, that time also we can use CSS selector. And when we want a shorter syntax, that time also we can use a CSS selector like this, that is by login dot button by dot CSS selector button dot login button. Now the question is, so how to answer in the interview without star method. So yes, I regularly use CSS selector when ID or name is not available or the elements is dynamic. That time I used CSS सिलेक्टर. सो हाउ टू आंसर दिस क्वेश्चन विद स्टार मेथड. सो आप स्क्रीन पे देख सकते हैं जैसे सिचुएशन में आपको क्या कहना है, टास्क रिलेटेड आपको क्या कहना है, आपको क्या क्या एक्शन करना है बाय यूजिंग CSS सिलेक्टर और रिजल्ट आपको क्या मिलता है. तो अगर इंटरव्यू ने पूछा कि CSS सिलेक्टर आपने अपने प्रोजेक्ट में कहाँ और कैसे यूज़ किया है, तो डैट टाइम यू हैव टू आंसर विद स्टार मेथड. अगर नॉर्मल वे से पूछा तो आप ऐसे भी बता सकते हैं जैसे यस आई रेगुलरली यूज CSS सिलेक्टर व्हेन ID नेम is not present in the web page or some when the elements is a dynamic. Common CSS selector pattern like there is a tag dot class ID parent child like that you can use the CSS selector. Follow up question about the CSS selector like how is CSS selector different from XPath. So yes, this question is related like difference between CSS selector and XPath. So guys, this question is the most important and interview ऐसे भी पूछ सकता है कि why CSS selector is faster than the XPath. So आपको ये दो क्वेश्चन तैयार करने आपको ये दो क्वेश्चन आपको प्रिपेयर करने हैं. अगर आपको इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर पता है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में मुझे कमेंट करके बता सकते हो. अगर नहीं पता है तो आप वैसे भी मुझे बताओ, मैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो सेक्शन में कवर करूँगी. हैव यू रिटन एडवांस CSS सिलेक्टर लाइक यूजिंग एन चाइल्ड और स्टार्ट वेट एंड व्हेन वुड यू अवॉइड CSS सिलेक्टर, कैन CSS सिलेक्टर ट्रैवर्स बैकवर्ड. सो आपको जो भी आंसर पता है आप मुझे कमेंट बॉक्स में क्वेश्चन और उसका आंसर दे सकते हैं. मैं आपका मैं वो क्वेश्चन नेक्स्ट वीडियो सेक्शन में कवर करूँगी. So bonus tip related CSS selector. So CSS selector are faster and less complex than XPath and it cannot go from child to parent, means it's only in a top down traversal. So that's why CSS selector is faster than the XPath. And we use CSS selector performance wise for heavy test suite and keep selector short and unique for stability. So yes, in this way you have to explain the CSS selector question in the interview. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is type of XPath. Yes, I have I have previously explained this question, that is I think this question is a second question I have explained in very detail. The question is a type of XPath. So first we will see the what is XPath. XPath is a way to navigate through the structure or the HTML page to find element in the Selenium. So we use XPath to navigate through the structure of the HTML page to find the elements. XPath is like having a Google Maps direction to a web element. मीन्स जैसे हमको गूगल मैप हमको डायरेक्शन बताता है, वैसे हम XPath थ्रू हम अपने वेब एलिमेंट तक पहुंच सकते हैं. So yes, XPath is by XPath we are navigate through the structure of HTML page. Basically there are the two types of XPath, absolute XPath and the relative XPath. So हम one by one देखेंगे. First is the absolute XPath. So it start from the root node and goes step by step down to the element. It start with a single slash. And it start from the root node and goes step by step down to the element. It syntax like single slash HTML single forward slash body div form like this. Example like driver dot find element by dot XPath. Like that we can locate the element by using absolute XPath. So one is the biggest disadvantage of the absolute XPath. Like if anything changes in the page layout is break easily, means if अगर कहाँ पे भी चेंजेस हुआ वेब पेज पे, तो ये इजीली ब्रेक हो सकता है. दैट्स वाई we not recommended for the real time project. The second is a relative XPath. Relative XPath means it start from middle of the DOM and not the root. मीन्स हम बीच में से या मिडल किसी भी प्लेस से हम अपने एलिमेंट को लोकेट कर सकते हैं विद द हेल्प ऑफ रिलेटिव एक्सपाथ. इट स्टार्ट विद अ डबल फॉरवर्ड स्लैश. इट मोर फ्लेक्सिबल and the powerful as compared to the absolute XPath. So it syntax like that, double forward slash tag name attribute is equal to value, like in this way. This is a example to locate the element. It can be used with @id, name, class, text, content, start with, and indexing. So there are the two types of the XPath, absolute XPath and the relative XPath, and we prefer relative XPath because we can locate the element from middle of the element. It start with double forward slash. It is more flexible and the powerful. Now, how to explain this question in the interview? So there are two types of XPath in Selenium. Absolute XPath, which start from the root and is very long and fragile, and relative XPath, which is shorter, start with double forward slash and is preferred in a real-time project. So in my project, I mostly use relative XPath with function like content and the indexing. So ये हमको नॉर्मल वे से ऐसे बताना है. अगर विद द हेल्प ऑफ स्टार मेथड वी कैन एक्सप्लेन. While automating a dynamic product catalog, no element has a stable ID, so we find flexible, reliable way to locate the product element. And for that we use relative XPath with content function and indexing like contents. Index means हमको XPath लिखने के बाद हमको स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट में इंडेक्सिंग देना पड़ता है, जैसे 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 लाइक दैट. And result like the test cases work reliably even when minor DOM changes occur. Some follow-up questions regarding XPath like which is better, XPath or CSS selector, and why. How do you handle dynamic element with XPath? What is the difference between text and content? What are the limitations of absolute XPath, and can XPath go from the child to the parent? So guys, अगर आपको इस क्वेश्चन के आंसर पता है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में मुझे विथ क्वेश्चन आंसर भेज सकते हो. And if you have any queries regarding this question, I have covered this question in the next video. Now the next question is different between the background and the scenario outline in the Cucumber framework. So let's see its answer. Guys, before moving to these questions, I have started new job daily updates on the LinkedIn, and I am giving my Instagram channel link in the description box. So you can follow this channel, because from today I am giving jobs update daily on the morning, and also I have shared some questions answered, so you can check this from my Instagram. So for that, follow the Instagram channel. I am giving its link in the description box. So the question is different between the background and the scenario outline in the Cucumber. For that, first we see what is Cucumber. So Cucumber is a tool which is used for behavior driven development, that is BDD. And in BDD we write tests in the plain English language using gherkin keyword like given, when, then, and format. So then even non-technical people can understand. So in the Cucumber we use gherkin language use keyword like given, when, then, means any non-technical people can understand the test cases. Now we see the background and the scenario outline different. First we will see the purpose of the background and scenario outline. So background means background contain common step for all scenario, and scenario outline contain it run the same scenario with a different data. For the syntax we use the background keyword for the background, and we use scenario outline and example keyword in the scenario outline. When there is a login, open URL, and navigate pages concept, with that time we use the background keyword. And when we have to run same test with a multiple set of data, that time we use the scenario outline. Scenario outline means suppose we want to test a form with a different username and password. Instead of writing 10 scenario, for that we write one scenario with a variable and provide all the data in the example table, and in this way we use the scenario outline. And Interview explanation means in Cucumber, background is used to define the steps that are common for every scenario like login, launch URL and setup precondition. On the other hand, scenario outline is used when we want to run same scenario multiple times with a different test data. That time we use the example keyword or the scenario outline keyword in our test cases. So in this way you have to explain this question's answer. Like in Cucumber, background is used to define steps that are common for every scenario, and the scenario outline is used when we want to run same scenario on multiple time with a different set of data, and it uses keyword like examples and the scenario outline. एक मिनट मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल करके एक्सप्लेन करती हूँ. As you can see on the screen, like feature login with multiple credential. In the scenario outline, this is the keyword login attempt with a valid invalid credential. Then we use the working keyword given when then, and also we can use example keyword because here we have to run the same we have to run this data multiple time. Means scenario outline example. So this is the scenario outline example. आपको ए भी प्रिपेयर करना है बिकॉज इंटरव्यूअर इसका भी सिंटैक्स और आपको एक कोड लिखने को बोल सकते हैं. जैसे आप कोई भी एग्जांपल एक्सप्लेन करो फॉर सिनेरियो आउटलाइन, तो आपको ए भी पूरा प्रिपेयर करना है गाइस. सो सम फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन रिगार्डिंग सिनेरियो आउटलाइन and background keyword, like can background and scenario outline keyword be used together? What happen if background fail? Can we use multiple background in one feature file? And what is difference between scenario outline? How to avoid repetition in the scenario outline step? So guys, आपको अगर इस क्वेश्चन के आंसर्स देना है तो आप कमेंट बॉक्स में दे सकते हैं. Or if you have any query regarding this question, so please tell me in the comment box. I will cover this question in the next section. So guys, I have prepared 5000 interview question and the answer. This interview question and answer content like Selenium interview question, manual testing interview question, SQL interview question, Java interview question, Jira interview question, project related BDD, API testing, REST assured interview question. And I have gathered these all 5000 questions from the various platforms like Telegram channel, LinkedIn group, LinkedIn channel, or a LinkedIn post, WhatsApp channel, WhatsApp group, and I have tried to all answer all 5000 questions in very detail. I have added real-time example, also its syntax, and also I have added how to explain the interview with star meter, without star meter. If you have these notes, I am giving its link in the comment box and the description box. So अभी ये notes ऑफ़र में चालू है. तो आपको अगर अभी आपको ये नोट्स लेना है तो मैं इसकी लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन और कमेंट बॉक्स में दे रही हूँ. So go through this link and take these notes. If you have any query regarding these notes, I am giving my mail ID in the description box, so you can contact me regarding this mail. Regarding these notes. Or if you have any other queries for the Selenium, Java or automation testing, so you can contact me on my email ID. I am giving my email ID in the description box. Now the next question is, have you used OOPS concept in the Cucumber framework? So yes, I have used all the OOPS concept while building and maintaining the Cucumber framework. OOPS concept like encapsulation, abstraction, inheritance, and the polymorphism. Encapsulations means keeping up the data and the method in a single unit, like encapsulation. So how it works, how it is used in Cucumber framework, like keeping locator and method in the page classic and exposing only what is needed, like login page.java. So this is called the encapsulation. Abstraction means showing only important details to the user, so this is called the abstraction. And in the Cucumber framework, when we use interfaces like WebDriver, abstract class for the base setup, that time also we are following the abstraction. Inheritance means we have to extend the parent class into the child class. So for that, in the classes hook.java or base class.java is extended by other classes like login step.java or other step, that is logout step.java. So in this way we have following the inheritance concept in our framework. Polymorphism is method overriding in the step definition or driver initialization. So in this way we have to explain this question in the interview, like encapsulation, abstraction, and the inheritance and the polymorphism. So how to answer this question in the interview? So yes, I have all major rules concept in my Cucumber framework, like I follow encapsulation in the page object model, abstraction to utility and the base classes, inheritance for sharing, common WebDriver setup, and polymorphism in driver initialization. If the interviewer asks, explain the this question with the example. So like while building our Cucumber framework for e-commerce site or any other site that you have developed, we had to maintain over the 50 test scenario. So for avoid to avoid the code duplication, manage the page action efficiently, and keep everything modular, so I implemented page object model with the OOP principle, like use encapsulation for the locator and action, create abstract base class for driver setup, use inheritance so step definition can reuse setup, and applied polymorphism for the browser based testing. As a result, the framework become more readable, easier to debug, scalable. So in this way you have to explain this questions answer in an interview. Some follow-up question, like can we explain how page object model support OOPs, how the abstraction different from encapsulation, have you ever created interface in your framework, what is the benefit of polymorphism in Selenium, have you overridden any method in your framework. So guys, अगर ये जो फॉलोअप क्वेश्चन मैं आपको बता रही हूँ, सो आपको एनी किसी भी क्वेश्चन से अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम है, अगर आपको कोई नहीं आता है, तो आप मुझे कमेंट बॉक्स में प्लीज़ बताओ. मैं इन द अपकमिंग सेक्शन मैं ये पूरे क्वेश्चन जो जो आपको क्वेश्चन में आपको प्रॉब्लम है, मैं वो क्वेश्चन कवर करूँगी इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो. Now moving to the next question. So next question was, open the online compiler, create a string and enter some words like this is the Java program, and in this question you have to remove the space, print it and reverse the string. So explain the program. So ये एक Java program है. सो आपको एक ऑनलाइन कंपाइलर को ओपन करने को बोला है, वहाँ पे लिखा है दिस इज जावा प्रोग्राम. सो इस प्रोग्राम में से आपको स्पेस निकालना है, फिर आपको ये प्रिंट करना है, और प्रिंट करने के बाद आपको रिवर्स करना है. सो हम ये क्वेश्चन देखेंगे स्टेप बाय स्टेप. सो गाइस, ये हमारा एक स्ट्रिंग प्रोग्राम है. यहाँ पे हमने एक स्ट्रिंग मैनिपुलेशन क्लास लिया है. इस प्रोग्राम में हमको फर्स्ट रिमूव द स्पेस, वाइट स्पेस रिमूव करना है. देन वी हैव टू प्रिंट दिस लाइन एंड देन वी हैव टू रिवर्स द स्ट्रिंग. सो वी विल सी दिस प्रोग्राम line by line. So first is a public class string manipulation. 1 minute. So first is this is a class string manipulation. We have created Java class and we have give the name like string manipulation. You can name it anything. Then this is a public static void main, means this is the starting point of any Java program. So because Java will start reading our code from the first page in your book, like from first page of book means from the main, that is public static void main Java program. Starting point, it is any Java program. Then we take a string original, that is this is a Java program. एक हमने string लिए, we have taken the one string and string original एक वेरिएबल में स्टोर की है. यहाँ पे string means it is a text, original means it is the name that we have to give our sentence, and now original this is a Java program. So ये string हमने इस वेरिएबल में स्टोर की है. Then we have to remove the white space, and for that we use the replace method is a string. Replace method means it is a method of the string, because it find all the spaces and replace with nothing. So this is a method replace, because first it will find all spaces and then it will replace with a nothing. So this is Java program. इसमें से ये स्पेस है निकाल देगा, रिमूव कर देगा, because replace method is a of the method of a string. It will replace white spaces and then it will become the double quotation means nothing, replace with nothing. So then we will print the system.out.println, because we have to first remove the white spaces, then we have to print, and for printing statement we have used system.out.println. Then again we take one reverse variable of a string, because here we are creating the empty string called the reverse. Then we will use this store to reverse with a नोट स्पेस, मीन्स यहाँ पे हमको नो स्पेस स्ट्रिंग हमको यहाँ पे सेव करनी है दिस वेरिएबल में. And we in here we have to reverse the loop. For that we are using here for each loop int I is equal to no space dot लेंगे, हमको यहाँ पे रिवर्स करना है. सो ये लास्ट वर्ड से स्टार्ट होगा. दैट्स वाई वी आर यूजिंग नो स्पेस डॉट लिंक माइनस 1. देन I is greater than equal to 0 and I माइनस माइनस. देन इस रिवर्स वेरिएबल को हमको नो स्पेस डॉट कैरेट ऑफ आई, मीन्स एक एक कैरेक्टर चेक करेगा और देन इट विल स्टोर्ड इन द रिवर्स वेरिएबल. एंड फाइनली आवर आउटपुट इज लाइक दिस इज जावा प्रोग्राम. फर्स्ट यहाँ पे स्पेस, ये पूरा स्पेस निकाल देगा और फिर इसको रिवर्स कर देगा. सो इन दिस वे वी हैव टू एक्सप्लेन दिस क्वेश्चन इन द आंसर. So guys, I have created this notes which contain the 5000 interview question, and I have explained this question in very detail, and I have gathered this question from the various testing platform like LinkedIn channel, group, WhatsApp channel and Telegram channel and other testing platform. So if you want these notes, I am giving notes link in the comment and the description box. So please go through this link and take the note. And if you have any query regarding notes or regarding any question, so you can contact me on my email ID. I am giving my email ID in the description box. And from today I have started a new series like jobs update on the Instagram channel. If you didn't follow me, so follow me on the Instagram. I am giving its link also in the description box. And guys, if you like my content, so please do like, share and subscribe my channel and share with your needy friends. And if you have any queries regarding interview questions or regarding any automation testing, manual testing, so you can contact me on my email ID. So or you can comment in the comment box. And thank you for watching guys. And if you like my content, so please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much guys. Thank you.